up, guys? My name is Extra Trades, and I'm about to show you how to make your first 10K a month day trading. So first things first, I've done pretty well for myself. I do 20K a month day trading, at least right now. I'm gonna get more later. And what time? Let's go. I'm about to show you the full blueprint, how to get this done. No BS guide on everything that you need to know. All right. So the first thing that you need to do, first and foremost, is dedicate yourself. And I'm not talking about, I know there's a lot of stuff online that's like, oh, you gotta lock in, discipline mentality, David Goggins, blah, blah, blah. No, but like logically think about it for a second, all right? If you are deciding to do, let's say, day trading as the online niche that you want to do to start making money, think about it logically. When you're actually trading, are you going to be working a job, or are you going to be doing your university or your college, or still be in school, or are you going to be working on that side business? No, you're not, because you're doing one thing that takes an hour per day and you make money doing it, and the rest of your day is for your financial freedom needs and requirements and goals. Okay, so I'm not telling you to quit your job, right? What I am telling you is to dedicate yourself in a way where everything that you're doing only has to do with that one thing, which is making money through trading. If you're not doing it, all it's doing is delaying yourself. And if you're okay with delaying yourself and, prolongating that goal of actually achieving the money from the charts, then go ahead. Nobody's holding you back but yourself, okay? Now, once you've done that and you really sat with yourself and said, all right, what are the things I do in my day-to-day basis that is not put towards my trading? I go out with my friends, I spend money on useless junk, I play video games. Well, you can either ask yourself, am I going to keep doing this, or am I going to switch it for something else that's useful to me? And if you're okay with taking years to get profitable like most people do, go ahead, go do that. Nobody's stopping you. But once you actually mature and decide, I actually want this really bad, my life is in a really bad situation right now, and I actually need to focus on this one thing, then you get that out of the way and you do everything that's needed to be done to change the way of your life. Start waking up earlier, get your hydration, get your diet, start getting some sunlight, dedicate your day towards improving yourself from the person you were the day before. Now, that is out of the way. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to learn. Okay, you're going to learn the fundamentals of trading itself, and you're going to put your mind in the mindset of someone who is profitable. So I have a YouTube series on my channel. You can click it after, I'll link it. Basically going down and breaking down how to start trading step by step from the very beginning, like as if you know nothing. All right, you're going to go ahead and give that a watch, and while you're watching, it's very important, you are going to take notes, okay? Because it's one thing to watch it and just taking the information, right? It's another thing to actually know it from your head. It's like a test, right? It's like, oh, you can read the book, the textbook, but do you actually have the ability to walk up to someone and be like, hey, here are the facts from the book that I learned? That's what you need to do, all right? So what you're going to essentially do after you kind of get that knowledge in trading is you got to beat the psychological barrier. And this is where most people fail. They fail when they put a trade down, they see it going red, and then they take another trade because they can't handle a loss. This whole entire process of getting profitable on the charts is essentially a battle between you and yourself, all right? And there's a very, very, very easy way to beat that mindset, all right? So I'm assuming at this point in life right now, you're probably working a job to fund your evaluation accounts and to keep getting a new shot at the charts every single day, right? And as you're doing this, you're kind of questioning yourself. You're like, is this really what I want to do? Like, it's so hard. Like, I don't know if I can do it, blah, blah, blah. All this is just the doubt talking, okay? You can't let it consume you, because it's literally just going to be your downfall, all right? So how do you overcome this? Well, here's what you need to do. You need to simply just put yourself in the shoes of the person you want to become. So let's say you want to be someone like me, a person who's making thousands of dollars a month while you're trading. Well, what does he do? Does he overtrade? No. Does he over risk? No. Well, why am I doing that? How can you expect something to be given to you if you're following the footsteps of someone else but not doing the same actions? It's like I'm here for, like, let's say I was in your shoes and I started where you were. You're here and I'm here. Okay, I took these steps, but then you took those steps. But you expect this. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. It's like saying you want to be an Olympic athlete and your training regimen is absolute dog. compared to those of Olympic athletes. You're like, yeah, I keep working so hard towards this, bro, and I keep doing this and that. But then the coach comes up to you and is like, yo, bro, what are you doing? You're like, I'm doing my training regimen. I made it up on my own. I know I can do it. And he's like, dude, don't do that, because that doesn't have data behind it. Like, that's just you trying to do your own thing. Why don't you do this thing that actually works and that's proven to work and that's made a lot of Olympic athletes get their gold medals? So that's the next step. Follow a system. If I'm giving you a system, so I have a inner circle where I kind of give out my system and explain how to trade properly and what you need to do. So I give it to these people. They take it, they mold it into their own way, where they see the charts through their own eyes, and then they watch it happen in real time. They watch all the recorded content, and then boom, the next thing you know, they're like, yo, this is working for me as long as I follow the system. Even if I take a loss, the next day I'm most likely to take a win, right? This is where most people fall out. Like I said, the psychological aspect behind it. They're not able to take a loss because in their entire life, they've only ever won. It's like, oh, you go to school, you graduate to the next grade. Cool. Even if you fail the test, you can retake the test. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. But when you're trading, it's different because you put on risk. You never put on risk before. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to write this math test, but if I fail the math test, I have to, freaking study all over again, and I need to. It's like your memory went blank, right? Because in trading, if you break your rules, you're gonna blow your account, right? So then you have to redo everything. All right, now I have to restart the account from zero. It's gonna take me another XYZ amount of weeks, whatever. Okay, so risk isn't something that most people are used to because it involves such a gray area of doubt and of uncertainty. That's a lot of things that humans are afraid of, uncertainty, right? But with time and finding your mistakes and actually putting in the work to be able to identify these mistakes and take action on them to find those probable solutions will lead you to start making money. So once you start going through that, let's just say you got your first payout. Maybe you was lucky, maybe you took a couple of good trades on your funded account, but you're still not consistent. You still don't really know what you're doing. Maybe you got a payout. Here's what you're going to do with that payout, bro. You're going to buy more accounts. Do not spend your payout money on stuff, bro, especially if you're unprofitable and you only took one payout. That's like the number one mistake that so many people make, right? So I have a bunch of my students that are actually getting payouts, and instead of blowing them, they're buying new accounts, and they're not even activating their set of accounts or even trading on their funded until the accounts are passed and now they have max allocation. It's called building up a system, a process. It's slow, okay? It's not meant to be fast. Take a look at 4 years of college and then another 4 years of work to pay back that debt, right? That's slow. That's 8 years, bro. Okay, this trading stuff, you can literally make 5 G's in a month, bro. Like it's literally that easy, bro. I swear. So many people just can't understand risk. I met up with an IRL friend the other day, and he's a trader too, but not a day trader, okay? He's an investor. He turned 9K into 12K or 11K in a year. And because he's like, oh, I quoted this model and it has 0% risk. It's I outperformed the S&P by twice. I'm looking at this, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You made $2,000 in a whole year with 9K drawdown. I could have made that in 2 trades, literally 2 or 3 trades, bro. Just because you're afraid to put on risk, you're afraid of losing. That's so ridiculous to me that these people are okay with that, right? This is what I mean by most people are not used to risk. So what you need to do is you need to take a look at this and be like, all right, if I want to be exceptional, I need to do exceptional things. If most people are afraid of risk, I need to find out how I can't be afraid of risk. In fact, I'm literally in the trade right now. I'm not even looking. I don't even know what's going on. My screen is black. That's how not afraid I am, because I made sure I risk properly, the proper amount, so I don't crash out. I made sure that I have my TP and stop loss set properly. I made sure I have everything before I even enter the trade. I don't give a fuck what happens, because even if I lose, I'll get that right back. It's that easy. I'm already 2 wins this week, and it's Monday night. Bro, all you need to do is just stop for a second, take a breather, and realize that this is now your future. And if you want that future, then you need to take those steps to get there. And don't think that you'll be the first to take the steps that no one else took, right? If your teacher is telling you in school, do this, this, and that to be able to study for this test, they say, Make sure you read over the practice quizzes. Make sure you answer all questions at least twice, and make sure you find 2 different ways to get the answer, and make sure that you have it all memorized. And if you do those things, you somehow pass the freaking test. It's not a mystery. Like, it's if you want to become that person, then you need to do the things that that person is telling you to do. Literally, it's that simple. You just need to listen and be alert and realize that your ideology, your input does not matter. Like, I could say to you right now, yo, I'm an ego, you little bro. Yeah, you do what I say, you're a good boy. But I'm not that type of person. I'm simply trying to teach you, right? No one's gonna shame you for learning from me. You know what I mean? Yo, all my friends that have like 10, 20K followers on Instagram, they were all mentored by other mentors, bro. And then now they mentor people. Like, you gotta understand that, bro. Otherwise, you can just drop out of school and read from the textbook and try to build your own thing, but you'll never be able to do that because you're too prideful, right? Like, I learned from someone and I'm not shameful of it. They taught me, they had a really enjoyable time teaching me, and vice versa. I had a really enjoyable time learning, and now look at me, right? I grab his shoulder and I climb on it. I don't need to do it myself, because you might as well go back to the Stone Age. The phone that you're using, the house that you're living in, is all built by other people. If you're really that prideful of what you own, then go start in the freaking streets and go build your own freaking house, dude. Go build your own car. It doesn't make sense, right? So take what people have already made and use it as a stepping stone. Okay, it's okay. No one's gonna make fun of you for it, and the people that do are going to always be below you, because a millionaire will never judge an entrepreneur starting out for starting. A person in the gym that's really big isn't going to start someone out that's is going to make fun of someone that's starting out skinny. It doesn't work like that, because they were once in your shoes. They had to be there, all right? So those voices, they don't matter, okay? Once you're getting these payouts and everything, nobody will care. They'll call you crazy and nobody will care. That's it. That's literally it. That's the answer to all your questions. And obviously, once you're getting this payout, you'll understand how to do day trading properly, and you'll be good. That's literally it.